We need to plant these flowers. They have been sitting in their trays for 3 weeks now. So let's take advantage of this beautiful day. Y'all know how much I have been working lately, and it really is starting to show at home because it is mid-May and I haven't even started in my garden beds yet. And I love gardening. It's such a therapeutic release for me. I love planting the flowers, digging in the dirt, letting the sun hit me while I put all my beautiful decor out. Look, my neighbors even gave me hostas a few weeks ago. Isn't that so nice? But I didn't even plant them yet. And there's just so much to get done in this garden bed because it really is so healing to my heart to have this beautiful space outside of my house. So the first thing I have to do is go into this back shed and pull all of the pots, the planters, the decor that we already have stored in here. And yes, it got a little messy again. It can go for another tidying, but that's okay because right now our focus is on using the stuff that we already have. And it does spark a lot of joy within my heart to shop my own hoarded stash because these are pieces that I love and I've used for a few years now and they're still in great shape. So I can use them again, enjoy them for another season, fill my heart with happiness with things that I love, and there's no need to go rush out and buy new things when I can be grateful for the pieces I already have in this back shed. And now I have my little wagon all filled and ready to transport to the front yard. And I do have a little helper with me today, and for privacy reasons, I do keep my children's faces off camera. And some of these buckets really could use a good washing before we start planting. So of course, my little helper started by squirting them clean with the hose. So the main areas I'm going to be focusing on this episode is this front garden bed right here, the semicircle that's towards the front of the house, and also the main gardening bed here. These are the areas that we're going to be completing. And underneath the bay window, I just put pots here. So I pre-arranged them to see how it will look like, take a picture so I can reference it. Because I can't plant directly into that soil because perennials never come back up, except for these lamb ears. And they don't even spread, which is crazy. So what I do is I take a picture, see how I want to lay this out. And I normally plant these in patience over here because they are half sun, half shade, because I get a lot of shade in that front area over here. And something I always do is I put empty soda cans at the bottom of the pots. That way it uses less dirt and it actually does help drain any water that gets in there even better. Now, this is something that I love doing so much each and every spring, is just being in the sunshine and planting my flowers. I feel like this is just so extremely therapeutic to my heart because I am a creative person and I always want to express myself. And with the flowers, I love taking the different arrangements, the different colors of flowers, matching them to other pots and just making it really beautiful. And I think sometimes subconsciously it kind of satisfies that need to hoard. Let me explain, because you can have hundreds, if not thousands of flowers all together, right? You can have them all together and it's beautiful. It's nature's and God's beauty all together to see the beautiful colors and the flowers and the different patterns just all spread out for you. And I think in a hoarder's heart that sometimes that kind of viewpoint gets lost in translation. 1,000 flowers bloomed across the field is not the same as 1,000 things hoarded in the basement. I now know that, but I used to view it as the same, as feeling love and abundance and beauty and security and just on all these deeper levels. And I just wanted to explain this as a recovering hoarder to a non-hoarder, to just give an analogy, to just give an understanding as to why some people struggle with hoarding disorder. Because when we start to understand the mentality and the emotions behind the hoarding disorder, we can find better ways to cope, to heal, to recover. And that is why I try to be as vulnerable and transparent with my thoughts and emotions with everyone, because I feel like it brings us closer together. And together, we're healing, we're growing, and we are reaching our goals together. And now let's focus back on gardening, because the weather is getting a little dicey on us. There are some dark rain clouds that are like side swiping us, and I pray that the weather stays. So now that the pots are done, I need to mulch this area. Now, camera shy hubby works third shift, but he's awake now, so he's going to get all the mulch out of the back of my car and start laying it out. So while he's doing that, I'm going to start working on this semicircle towards the front of the yard. Now this gets full sun. So I decided to go with these flowers right here because they spread out. Now, I'm not even going to start to pronounce what that is, but that is the name of the flowers that we're planting in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay it out to see what kind of color arrangement I want, and then I can start planting them. And I'm digging the holes and placing the flowers about 6 to 7 inches apart because they will fill this space up. I wish I could fast forward time to show you how beautiful these flowers will fill this area up. And of course, after you plant, you have to make sure that you water the flowers. And since it's not raining here yet, it's best to water them now. And then I'll fill the area in with mulch, because not only does it make it look so much better, it also helps protect them from the hot summer sun by keeping the moisture inside the soil so it doesn't dry out. Now, the welcome sign that I had here before got damaged just from the weather and the elements, but I remembered I still have this flagpole that we can use instead. Now, in the future, I am going to actually spray paint it black just to give it a fresh look, but for this video, I just want to get it into place. And of course, in the garage, I can grab one of my pretty flags that I already have to complete the look of this area, and I loved how it turned out. And of course, hubby had got all that mulch laid out for me off camera, and now he's in the backyard weed whacking. So I'm going to start to put my plants and my pots and use the picture that I took before to refer back to make a beautiful arrangement. And we also need to get into this front area. This is right where you walk out the door and where the front steps are. So of course our front step is prepping this area, which is getting all the weeds out of the way. And I decided to go with begonias. Begonias do really well in this area. It does get a little more sun than from underneath of that bay window. And these flowers will also start to get bigger and start to spread and fill this space up, not like those other flowers in the front, but it will fill the area up. And there is something just so satisfying about knowing that you're making your home beautiful and a wonderful space to come home to every single night. And now that everything is planted, we can start to add the finishing touches by putting out all the cute little garden decor. This little globe has a solar panel, and at night it'll light up. It looks so pretty. And the boys got me this little flamingo for Mother's Day, and I'm glad they decided to get mommy flowers and things that go outside of the house. And now I excitedly get to show you what the front garden looks like. Isn't this so pretty? This is so awesome to come home and see all my flowers, the decor that I love, all laid out in this beautiful weather. Oh, I just love how everything turned out. And not only do I just enjoy the gardening part, right? Where I feel like it's therapy for me because I'm just digging in nature and flowers and things that I love. You get to really enjoy the fruits of all your labor because you get to see this for the entire season. These beautiful flowers, these colors, these things that bring my heart so much joy. And I love how it looks. And I already had these 3 butterflies for years. And what I didn't realize is that I had 3 butterflies to symbolize those miscarriages that I had in the past. But I can spin it into something positive now, into my beautiful garden of hope, beauty, and joy. And I'm just so happy to show you how this turns out. Because it doesn't look like the front lawn of a hoarder, no does it? It looks like the home of an artist who wants to create a beautiful home for her family with color, flowers, and happiness, a space that you want to come home to.